Good morning. Oh my goodness. I am very excited to be back in the mountains again. It's been 2 months since I was last in the hills, which I'll explain the reason for a bit later. But today, the most glorious of days, a winter walk to remember, I hope. So let's crack on. So November was my last time out in the mountains, over 2 months ago, and since then I've had some health problems that have kept me out of the hills. The first one was my left knee. My right knee has been a problem for ages, and that is held together with a couple of screws and a piece of my hamstring. My left knee was normally the good one, but I think I overdid it a bit and damaged the cartilage, because my left knee gave me no end of problems for about 6 weeks or so, and it's still not right. Today's going to be a bit of a test to see whether it's back to normal. The other problem, which I won't talk about because it's a bit grim, was in the new year I had a water infection, and yeah, let's say no more. Not very pleasant for a little drain. So today I'm heading up Carna for Moel Siabod. Oh no, what a day! Absolutely glorious. Coming up to the lake in a moment, and so hopefully I'm going to treat you to some drone footage next. Whew. Well, the start of the day at Bryn Glow car park, I popped over the bridge and then followed this path up past a little clyn down there, which I don't know the name of. I don't know if it's got a name. Doesn't seem to have one on the map. Anyway, now I'm just coming into the quarry workings up here. And at the top of here we'll get our first glimpse even of the Daear Ddu Ridge. Wow. Anyway, as I'm getting higher, the snow's getting deeper. But in the mountains there's snow and there's snow. This is the nice stuff. Rather than the frozen, slippy as hell stuff. Got me crampons in my bag anyway if I need them. Hopefully Hopefully we won't need to. What a beautiful day. Wow, this is physical. I tried to keep as fit as I could over the last couple of months, but only on like cross training and gym stuff, and there's no substitute for mountain fitness, and snow's 6 inches deep now, which is energy sapping. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. Wow, what a view. Let me turn you around and show you what I can see here. Golden Bennett. Wow, isn't that amazing? What a beautiful view. Llyn Fall has got a layer of ice on it. Absolutely stunning. So the Daear Ddu Ridge next. Let's get around Llyn Fall. Normally it's really boggy, but today hopefully it'll be frozen, and so getting around will be fairly straightforward. Right, I'm on my way up the ridge. Fortunately, a group of lads went up in front of me, so they sort of blazed the trail, so I can follow in their footsteps, because the path they normally follow is invisible. Wow, absolutely stunning. I want to get up off the shoulder onto the top now, and try and stay on the top away from the edge. Wow, just onwards. Well, I've had a little break. Took my coat off because I was roasting to warm up a bit. I'm certainly warming up a bit. Had something to eat, and now I'm trying to find my way up the Daear Ddu Ridge, which is marvellous. What a beautiful day. Oh my, struggling, so tired, lack of fitness, my legs are lacking in power, and I've still got quite a long way to go. Luckily, because of I had an early start, I can take my time, so there's no rush. The snow is about a foot deep and a lot deeper in the drifts. And you never quite know when you put your foot down whether it's going to settle or whether it's going to drop down to your Wurzel plumage. But we're doing okay, no drama, which is the main thing. Well, I continue to plod forward, and sometimes in the mountains that's what you just got to do. Even though you pooped, just got to keep pushing one foot in front of the other, and not far to go now. Be at the top in about 10 minutes, I think. So I'll see you up there. Hello. Well, this is the top of Moel Siabod. Well, the top's just behind me, where it's about to say quite busy, so I'll pop up there a bit later when it's quieter, hopefully. But the view from the top of here today is absolutely fantastic. Oh God. And the snow is also very deep. Oh dear. Time for a sit down and some jam butty for a change. Nice cup of tea and try and get my energy up for going down again. Whew, that was hard work. But worth it. Absolutely worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. What a day. Well, I've been sat by the summit for an hour, which has been no hardship. But there hasn't been a moment when it was clear to get some footage from the top. So we'll have to make do with what we've got so far, and it's not bad. Right, so the descent. There's two main ways, well, three I suppose. We could go back down the Daear Ddu Ridge, but not a big fan of going back the same way we come up. We can go back down Moel Siabod Ridge, which makes you end up repeating about a third of the route that you've done, or you can take the path off down towards Capel Curry. That's a really easy, nice path that goes through the forest at the end. It lengthens the walk a bit, and it's a nice route, but it's not as exciting as the ridge. So we'll have a look at the ridge and see if it's navigable, and then decide which way we're going to go. Wow, just what a day. Right, well, I'm safely off the ridge. The ridge is actually called Moel Siabod. The mountain is Carnath, Moel Siabod, but everyone just seems to call it Moel Siabod or Moel Siabod, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Oh, that was such a challenge. My poor little legs. The snow had filled up all the gaps between the rocks. It's a really rugged ridge. So you put your foot on what looked like a perfectly flat bit of snow, and next thing your leg was dropping down 3 or 4 feet. Well, my leg probably 3 feet, not 4 feet. Dear me. Oh, I've been spending as much time on my bottom as I have on the feet. Yeah, it's been a bit treacherous, but wow, so exciting. Heart's been pounding. Right, proper adrenaline rush for me. I loved it. So it gets a lot more straightforward now as we drop down. This is normally, this down here, really boggy towards the bottom, but hopefully today it'll be frozen and be plain sailing. Oh, a spectacular day. Oh my goodness, my little legs. Oh, they're shaking. Just with fatigue. I've had cramp in my left hip, cramp in my right thigh. My goodness, my legs are knackered. Just come down a really steep, snowy gully. The snow is really loose. And it was just like a toboggan run. Just went down on my bottom. Oh, dear me. Just trying not to get too fast. It was interesting, but I think I'm the worst of it's nearly done. A little bit more steep descent and then it gets a bit easier, I think. Right, I'm back on the road. In the short yomp now back to Standervan. So I'm going to end the movie here. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been an epic day. Physically so demanding. What difference snow makes this on a summer's day. This would be, relatively straightforward walk, but in the snow it's a different thing altogether, and the conditions are great. So, I shall see you on the next one. All being well.